One evening after work, a woman was so tired. She was recounting her day and she just found herself getting caught up in a negative self-talk loop. We've all been there, right? She was sick and tired of telling herself the same old story. She was worried that she wasn't doing enough good at work, and she was really critical of herself. That night, she went to bed exhausted. And when she finally fell asleep, she had an incredibly vivid dream. She was running through a dark city and she couldn't see anything. And monsters were pulling at her. And all of a sudden, she, help, murmured help in the middle of her sleep. And a bright light appeared. In that light, she could see that she was not in a dark city. She was in her own heart. And the monsters were not monsters at all. They were her scars. The scars represented all the emotional and physical hurts she had collected along the way in her life. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is the story of Scar City. Back to the woman's dream. The bright light began to speak to her. Dear, don't be afraid of your scars. Our scars are there to help us. There are life lessons. Life lessons, the woman thought in her dream. The light continued. We carry our scars, both physical and mental scars, hurts, emotional hurts, forever, unless we learn the life lessons that they're here to teach us. For example, the loss of a family member, no matter how devastating, can teach us to be more present in life with the people that are still with us. A bout with cancer might teach us that we're more resilient than we ever thought we were, and that the best was yet to come. And you know what? Negative self-thinking is also a scar. The way to move through these scars is to get out of the negative loop, look for the light lesson, and it takes you into a peace of mind. Because in hindsight, every bad experience has the opportunity to teach us something good. Yes, you can feel dark and lost in those moments, but remember, moments pass us by. Know that all the answers you seek are within you. It is not a coincidence that the word scarcity is made up of two words. Scar City. A scarcity mindset can feel like you're lost in the dark, chasing you like a monster. But know that your deepest scars are truly your greatest gifts. I urge you all to have the fortitude to embrace your scars. Don't hide from them or be ashamed. Wear them proudly as a badge of honor. And remember the fights that you have fought, and the victories you have won. In hindsight, the light said, wake up, wake up. And the woman was trying to figure out in her dream, what is hindsight? Wake up, wake up. And all of a sudden, I woke up and I realized I was that woman in the dream. As I crawled out of bed, made a cup of tea, I sat there and thought, how funny, our minds play such devious tricks on us. I shared in my last speech, I was so excited for 2024 to start. And then we had a death in the family in December, and I was sick most of January. I had a sinus infection, which turned into an ear infection, and it lasted for 4 weeks. Oh gosh, I found out that being sick and the start of a new year is not a good combination. I was obsessing about what I didn't get done in December and how was I going to fix everything. And then I realized I was just too exhausted to work. Then I started reading this book, Letting Go, The Pathway to Surrender by Dr. Hawkins. In this book, he talks about all the different ways we can surrender our hurts and the things people do to us and just let it go. I realized I was stuck in a negative self loop, so I decided not to make New Year's resolutions, not to hustle through work and grind, but to recalibrate and heal myself, letting go of everything that didn't serve me and all the stress of not being good enough and being sick and not being able to serve my customers. It was transformational, but I admit I'm still a work in progress. But the amazing thing was I realized in my dream, it was my true self The light was shining on me, and it was my true self showing me that all my scars and hurts, to this point, did teach me amazing lessons, such as make your magic today, for tomorrow is not promised. Joy is a choice. Let go. Live out loud. And did you know that we can reinvent ourselves as many times as necessary for our own personal expansion? There is nothing wrong with recalibrating and starting over or pivoting. My scars have also brought into my life many wonderful people. This club, all of you, it made me think about my existing relationships and get excited about the relationships that have yet to come. The great poet Maya Angelou said, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." Friends, I ask you, hold up your scars, look them in the face, wear them as a badge of courage, and then have the fortitude to let them go with love. And remember, your scars are there to teach you life lessons. They are there for you, and the best is yet to come. Friends, most importantly, when you're looking at your scars, refuse to be reduced by them. Madam Toastmaster.